Hello Year 4 and welcome to part 2 of today's reading session. So today we're focusing all about vocabulary and looking at what different words mean. And today we're going to look at one specific type of question, which is called the find and copy question. And this type of question will ask you to look at the text, and then you need to find a word that is in the text which shows what the question is asking for. And you can see some examples here. Find and copy one word which tells you that Monster was not feeling well in the boat. And also some of them gives you a quote from the text. We know this because it's in italics. And then it asks you to find and copy one word that shows something from that quote. So in this circumstance, find and copy one word that shows that Fox moved quickly. Can you find the word? That's right, the word is dashed. So if you dash somewhere, you are moving quickly. But it's really important that the answer that you give has to be exactly what's in the text. So you can't just make up a word. So for example, you can't just make up a word here such as courageous, because that might not be in the text. You need to make sure you look in the text for it. And I'm going to show you how to do that today. So here, we're going to try this one together. And my question is, find and copy one word that shows that Fred's father thought hugging was inappropriate. Now, as always, we're going to highlight the key words. So I'm thinking, Fred's father. The father is quite an important person here. So father could be a key word. Also, this concept of hugging, that's a key word too, because that's what we're going to be looking for. And finally, we're thinking of one word that means the same as inappropriate. So that could also be a key word too. The words thought and was, are they key words from my question? No, they're not, are they? They're just that extra fluff that don't really tell me what I'm going to be looking for, but they just add that extra information to my question. And what I can then do, I can then start to think, well, where out of the passage that I've just read does it talk about Fred's father? This page here, 148, talks all about Fred's father. And what I'm going to then do is, I know that Fred's father has this opinion that hugging was inappropriate, but I need to find a word that means the same as inappropriate. So I'm going to start reading, and I'm going to read until I have found any mention of Fred's father. Can you pause the video and do the same and see if you can find where it mentions about Fred's father? Pause the video and have a go. Did you find where it mentioned about Fred's father? It mentions about Fred's father here, and it actually says the direct words, his father didn't believe in hugging. But believe, does that show it's inappropriate, that word believe? No, the word believe doesn't suggest anything about it being inappropriate. So let's read on and see if we can find any words that suggest that hugging was inappropriate. So it says here, he said it was presumptuous and unhygienic. So he, as in who? Fred's father. He said it was presumptuous and unhygienic. Presumptuous meaning quite inappropriate. Unhygienic, does that mean inappropriate? No, that doesn't mean inappropriate, does it? So presumptuous, we know from our vocabulary lesson this morning, or earlier on in the video, presumptuous could mean inappropriate. Fred's father thought hugging was presumptuous and inappropriate because they didn't know the person unless they'd offered the hug themselves. So we will then write just the one word, because it says find, copy, one word. So I found it, presumptuous. I'm going to copy it and I'm going to write the one word here. So I have done exactly that. Your next question is to have a go on your own. So this time I've given you a quote in italics, and I would like you to find and copy one word that shows Lila had to pause. Now we don't need to find this in the text. There is no need, because it says find and copy one word that shows Lila had to pause. One word from this quote here. So pause the video, see if you can spot it. Okay, did you spot the keywords in the question? So, the keywords being one word, not multiple words, one. It's all about Lila and how she had to pause. Now, one word to show how Lila had to pause. Now, what words mean the same as pause? We could have stop. Or we could have something else. Did you spot the word here that meant that Lila had to pause? Well, We can see there's a bit of direct speech here, and I can't make her look up and see me. Is there anything about Lila pausing there? No. And there's also a second bit of direct speech here. Do you dream about your parents? Is she pausing there? No. But she's got this reported clause here to show how she spoke. She hesitated. When you hesitate, what do? Yeah, you pause and you kind of stop saying something. So Miss Newman might hesitate when she's lost her words. When she can't find the words to say, I might pause, I might hesitate. So Lila had to pause, and I know that because of the word hesitated. So I've found the word, I'll copy the word, and I'll write the word there, just like that. And your task today is to do exactly that. So sometimes you will have quotes from the text, such as number 1 and number 5, where you'd have to just use that quote to find and copy that one word from that quote. But you might also have questions such as 2, 3, and 4, where you need to read the text, really highlight the key words, and then find that in the text, okay? Your plenary today then, if you had to give 3 top tips for someone who is about to answer the find and copy question, what would they be? Pause the video and have a think. What would your 3 top tips be? Okay, did you create some fantastic top tips? Shall I tell you my top tips like I did yesterday, so that can help you with today's lesson? So my top tip number 1 would be really to look at the keywords in the question. What is the question asking me to do? What is the question asking me to find? My second top tip is to scan the text, see if the text has any of those keywords in. If it does, make sure that you make note of them. And then my final top tip is to really read around the question, the keywords in the text to see if your answer is there. That's a bit like my top tips from yesterday, isn't it? You did some fantastic listening today, Year 4. Thank you and have a fantastic rest of your day. I will see you in our next lesson. Goodbye.